Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the next installment of Curating Curious Curiosities. My name's Camel, and in this video today I'm going to curate to you the curious curiosities found in Skyrim's Haafinga region. Haafinga is the smallest hold in area. It also appears to be the most remote, being located on a peninsula on the far northwest coast. Much of the hold is rocky and mountainous, with soaring snowy mountains surrounding the north and west of Solitude, though the lower-lying areas are mostly comprised of forests and hills. And for the first curiosity, we have the Clam Diggers Camp. Clam Digger, that's one of my nicknames on a Friday night. Clam Diggers Camp can be found west of Northwatch Keep, right where my character is located currently. And as we can see here, there is a rock next to the water covered in clams. There is also a tent with a cooking spit and some supplies. Now, at no point will you ever find an NPC in this camp. It is completely unpopulated, although it does appear that someone has been here quite recently. So down by the water, we will find the rock covered in clams. All of these clams will have meat in them as well. They are unharvested. Next to the fire, we can find a wooden crate filled with clam meat. There is also a bowl inside the tent with one clam meat inside it. It is strange how this is completely unpopulated, yet it is quite obvious that someone has been here recently. Perhaps the clam digger received an ill fate. We can only imagine what happened to the poor clam digger. For the next curiosity, we have the Forsworn Ambush Camp, which is located north of Deepwood Redoubt. Once here, we will find a small dale with the classic Forsworn tent. Inside, we'll find a chest and some meat in a coin sack. If we walk through this dale, we will find two Forsworn who were alive. There is also a series of bear traps. If we come towards the ambush camp from the other direction, we can also find a closed bear trap which has killed a Nord. Who this Nord was, or where this Nord was traveling, will always be unknown. And the fact that these Forsworn are so far north and not actually in the Reach but in the Haafinga region does beg the question, why? Perhaps they were banished. For the next curiosity, we have Howling Wolf's Folly, which can be found just above Steepfall Burrow. Here we will find a destroyed tower. There will be a leveled creature in there, or in my case, a frost troll. There are also two dead deer and a fallen Stormcloak soldier. The Stormcloak soldier will also be carrying the Lockpick skillbook, proper lock design. And around the back of the fallen fortress, we will find a gibbet with a skeleton inside it. Missing a foot, funnily enough. There is also a gibbet on the ground, which has since fallen. What crimes did this poor gibbeted skeleton perform to receive such a painful and slow death? For the next curiosity, we have the Haafinga Saber Cat Lair, which can be found to the northeast of the Thalmor Embassy. As we approach this beautiful, high mountainous location, the feeling of beauty will soon be turned to horror as we see a dead deer and a dead Argonian. Next to this mysterious and unnamed Argonian will be a coin purse, and the Argonian will also be carrying the Pickpocketing Skillbook Guide to Better Thieving. This poor Argonian could not have felt farther away from home, as he was mauled to death by a saber cat. Poor bastard. For the next curiosity, we have Pincushion Pete, who can be found atop the mountain which is north of Solitude. And as we approach this steep and perilous area atop the mountain overlooking Solitude, we will see blood-stained snow, and we will also see Pincushion Pete. And we will also see how Pincushion Pete got his name. There will be 5 leveled weapons sticking out of Pete and a mace smashing in his skull. Next to Pete will be a light armor skillbook called the Rear Guard. Just above Pete, there will be a tree with a staff of fireballs and a knapsack leaning against it. It really does make me wonder who Pincushion Pete was, because he really annoyed someone. 5 separate weapons sticking into him at such a remote location as well, atop one of the highest mountains in Skyrim. And his arm has also been severed. And for the next curiosity, we have the Haafinga Nordic Burial Ruins, which can be found due east of the Thalmor Embassy. And as we approach this beautiful yet kind of sad sight, we will notice that the Nordic Burial Ruins have themselves been buried. Whether this was due to an avalanche or a rock slide, I suppose we will never know. On the right of the stairs, we can find 3 burial urns with just the standard burial urn items contained within. These ruins do beg the question, perhaps someone or something something was buried in this ruin that was so powerful and dangerous that extreme magical forces had to be conjured to bury this Nordic ruin in fragments of mountain to contain the darkness within it. For the next curiosity, we have Fool's Gold Island, which can be found due west of Broken Ore Grotto. And here we will find quite a curious sight indeed, a flag at the top of a small island with a skeleton embracing it. Perhaps this skeleton was betrayed by fellow gold diggers. On either side of the island we can find gold ore veins, so the fact that the gold is still there and present on the island makes me think that no one got the gold, and this poor skeleton fell a much darker fate than being betrayed by a friend, and a darker fate than that is dark indeed. And for the next curiosity, we have the CBF Cave, which can be found west of Pinefrost Tower. CBF, of course, standing for Can't Be Bothered, which as we can see from a distance does look like any other cave. It has the little gap between the rocks and the snow and the wind blowing out from it. But if we get very close, there's no cave at all. It's just a trick. Perhaps there was a cave that was meant to go here and it never did. I suppose the purpose of this cave that never made it is up to interpretation. One of my theories is that this cave was meant to connect Skyrim to another province, because this cave is actually found on the northwesternmost border of Skyrim. For the next curiosity, we have the North Island. Now, North Island can be found north of Orphan's Tear. On this island, we can find clams, barnacles, birds' nests, grass pods, but most curiously, we can find nightshade. Now, this nightshade is very far away from all other nightshade. I do believe the next closest nightshade is in Solitude. This is a strangely barren and frozen area for this nightshade to be growing. If there's one thing that we associate with nightshade, it is the Dark Brotherhood. What would the Dark Brotherhood be doing on an island so far north and remote? I cannot say, but after extensive searching of the island, I was able to find a spine and a femur, which in terms of the island, which is quite big, is quite close to the nightshade. That's all there is, and they are found next to each other. A leg and a spine. The mysteries of North Island ask more questions than they answer. Why is there nightshade growing here? And why is there a human spine and a human leg here? The mystery of North Island will always be present, but it does make me think that this island had some sort of connection with the Dark Brotherhood. The fact that the nightshade are growing so far away from all other nightshade, and so specifically right next to human bones, definitely connects some dots to the Dark Brotherhood. And for the next curiosity, we have the Lying Nirnroot, which can be found north of Broken Ore Grotto. On this tiny island, we will find 2 Nordic barnacles and a Nirnroot. But the interesting thing about this Nirnroot is that it isn't a plant Nirnroot. It's not in the ground. This is a Nirnroot that has already been picked and then placed on the ground. Just for a comparison, the Nirnroot on the left is how we normally find a Nirnroot, a plant in the ground that's making that very familiar Nirnroot ringing noise. Whereas the Nirnroot on the right is the Nirnroot that we have present on this Nirnroot lying island, where it is a Nirnroot that has already been harvested and then dropped on the ground, which is seldom seen apart from inside alchemists' shops. So what on earth is this Nirnroot doing out of the ground and sitting on a rock? Who has placed this here and why? And for the next curiosity, we have the Pine Moon Bear Lair, which can be found southeast of Pine Moon Cave. We will find a bear and a maiden not so fair. There are also some other human bones and a dead goat lying around. This bandit is carrying nothing of interest. What was this bandit doing out here all alone to receive such an ill fate delivered by an Ursa's claw and jaw? Is that blood from a wound, or is that blood from her For the next curiosity, we want to be behind Angeline's Aromatics in Solitude. So if we have Angeline's Aromatics right here, what we want to do is turn around and run up this ramp here. We want to keep running up. Now we want to go between the Fletcher and the roof of Angeline's Aromatics. We want to jump over the wall there and to behind the building. Here we will find a dead skeever and a desecrated corpse. As we can see, the desecrated corpse was obviously once an Imperial soldier. It will also be carrying 50 gold septims. It's only a wonder what happened to this Imperial soldier. Did it have something to do with a skeever? If so, then why is the skeever also dead? I cannot say for certain what happened here. If we pick the corpse up, we can see that the breastplate is completely caved in. This would imply it has been smashed with something. This corpse has no backstory or explanation to it. For the penultimate curiosity, we want to head to the well found in Solitude's trade area. Once at the well, we can find a fishing pole over the well, which is quite strange because I'm certain there are no fish down that well. Perhaps it's there to amuse a child, or some kind of deranged homeless character has been fishing in a fishless well to pass the time. Perhaps someone dropped something down the well and was trying to fetch it with the fishing line. There are many possibilities to explain this. Now for the final curiosity in Skyrim's Harfingar region, we actually have a series of curiosities. And firstly, down at the docks in Solitude, on this separate and decayed wharf, we can find a potion of health on this wooden post. It seems a bit strange, but there are all kinds of strange things lying around Skyrim. But if we head over to the boat, we can find another potion of healing, which is inside the boat under one of the seats. So already we have 2 health-related potions in close proximity of each other. Now if we head into Solitude, we want to go to Erikur's house. And if we pan around between the back of the house and the Solitude city wall, we will find this ledge, which has another potion of healing. So now we have 3 health-related potions in Solitude. Next we want to head to Brilling's home, and on a wall above his garden we can, guess what, once again find another red potion, which turns out to be another potion of healing. This is the 4th health-related potion found in or around Solitude. This is starting to get suspicious. Next, as soon as we walk into Solitude, between the inn and the alchemical shop, there is a pile of wood on the left, and there is another potion of healing lying there, quite hidden and out of the way, and seemingly random, but when we take into consideration all of the other healing potions lying around, I'm sure it's beginning to raise a few eyebrows. Next, if we come to this spot on the wall above the Solitude Castle courtyard, we can jump down this ledge and find a bird's nest, but if we turn right in the corner, there is another potion of healing. This is the 6th potion of healing in and around Solitude. If we come out of the castle courtyard and turn around this tree here, in between these 2 rocks, we can find yet again another potion of healing. My god, someone needs to be healed urgently in Solitude. This is the 7th potion of healing found in and around Solitude. And lastly, on the roof above the Bard's College, we have, you guessed it, another potion of healing. This one is actually a lot more curious because there are 2 elven arrows with the potion of healing. Why are there 2 elven arrows and a potion of healing? And let's not forget to ask the question, why are there 8 potions of healing laying in hidden areas all around Solitude? The fact that they're in all of these hidden places, especially this one with the 2 elven arrows, does make me think this has something to do with an assassination. Although I don't know why a hidden assassin would need a potion of healing. I personally don't have any real explanations for this one. This has really got me stumped. Hopefully someone can explain this curious curiosity. And there you have it. I do hope that you thoroughly enjoyed this episode of Curating Curious Curiosities, where I curated to you the curious curiosities of Skyrim's Harfingar region. If you want to see more of the CCC series, feel free to click one of the links on screen where it will take you directly to the appropriate video. And if that doesn't quite quench your Skyrim thirst, be sure to check out my good friends Michael and Scott over at Fudge Muppet. The link to their awesome channel can be found in the description. So with that said, I would like to thank you very much for watching. Please leave a comment with any story, backstory, explanation, or theories you have behind or explaining any of these curious curiosities that were curated to you by me, Camel, in this video. There certainly were a lot of mysteries shrouding some of these curiosities, and I'm very curious to hear your thoughts and explanations for them. Also, if you think you found any curious curiosities in Skyrim, Oblivion, or Morrowind, please let me know in the comments. For the sooner I find out about them, the sooner I can cover them. And yes, I will be doing this series for Oblivion and Morrowind as well. So let me know in the comments all of the curiosities that you find. And if you did enjoy this video, please leave a like. Don't forget to share this video amongst your family and friends. And as always, if you did enjoy this video and you would like videos similar to this one, please subscribe. Through the power of analytics, it helps me know that people are interested in these type of videos, and in the long run will result in more of these type of videos. So thank you again very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. I'll see you very soon.